So welcome back to the channel with me, Poison Smurf, in another Division 2 video. So today we're going to be talking about tank builds. We've got two absolutely wicked builds that anyone can enjoy to suit all different playstyles. But before that, remember, if you find today's video helpful, guys, think about giving it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. If you've got any questions about the build at all, or anything at all, just drop them down in the comments below. If you haven't hit the subscribe button before now, maybe think about it, hit that notification bell to get notified for any future videos. A quick disclaimer, at no point am I saying that these are going to be the two best tank builds that you can find. I'm merely just saying that these two playstyles that I've come up with allow me a lot of versatility to be able to pick and choose for different scenarios. They're really fun to play with. Like I say, they are just a guide, and obviously you can personalise them to suit yourselves. As always, we're going to make a start with this specialisation. This is going to be exactly the same for both builds. We're going to be going with the firewall. So starting off quickly, just to make sure that we have spec'd into shotguns, SMGs and pistols, and then obviously when we save this into our loadout, this will work for both of the two following builds. So starting off, we've got the Bull Rush talent, 30% bonus armor during cover to cover. Now we probably won't be doing much of this unless our shield happens to break, but if it does, this is a quick way just to give ourselves a quick little boost. So all allies will deal an extra 10% damage to any enemies that are within 10 meters of us. Now as a tank, it's our job to be in the face of NPCs, to take the aggro, giving our DPS players an easier ride, obviously, to be able to put down damage without taking incoming damage. So this really does benefit the entire squad. We also have on armor break, apply burn to enemies within 5 meters. So because we're going to be using a shield, if an enemy does rush us and they just happen to break in front of us, at least it will apply a burn to all enemies within a close distance. This has saved my life on multiple occasions. So of course also we're going to get the strike shield. We're going to get the two mods that come with it. We'll go into more details with them in a bit. We've also got what I think is one of the best healing packs in the game. Your armor kit recovers 200% armor and 200% health over 10 seconds. Now as a tank, we're going to be like stacking up on armor, so the amount that we're going to be getting back is going to be incredible. We've got an additional 30% health on kill just to top it up a little bit more. 20% burn duration, we're not really going to need that. Cluster of grenades also is not really going to help us out too much. Signature weapons, killing enemies within 10 meters, as like I say, as we're going to be close, adds 3 to the special ammo bar. So yeah, at least we're going to be generating lots of special ammo as well. So now that we've got the specialisation sorted, we now need to work out what kind of tank do we want to be. Do we want to be a bullet sponge, a solid defensive tank that can take loads of damage? Or do we want to be more of an aggressive tank, someone that can get in the face of NPCs but still put down the damage? Because that's what we really need to work out. So when doing a shield build, we only really have the two choices. We've got the exotic chest piece, the tardigrade, and we've got the named Gilligard chest, the appointment. Now both of them come with their own perks, but also suit completely different playstyles. Tardigrade is ideal if you want to be able to take loads of damage, but not necessarily be able to give plenty back. You have great survivability, but do lack in the DPS. Whereas the Perfect Vanguard on the Pointman, obviously, requires constant proccing, so that means obviously taking your shield out, putting it away. Now, if you're in the middle of combat, you may not really want to do that, so I think it's kind of more suited for a kind of run and gun style. So today we are going to show you one of each different kind of chest and different kind of play style. So the first one we're going to go with is the tardigrade exotic chest. This will be more of a defensive build. So if this is more your cup of tea, this is the one that you want. If you want more of a DPS build, you may want to skip forward to the next one where we'll be showing the Perfect Vanguard in a different, more of aggressive approach. So our first tardigrade build, with regards to weapons, your primary weapon doesn't really matter. I've just gone with my FAMAS to go and sync, maxed out assault rifle damage, health damage, rate of fire. You will rarely be using this, so whatever your preference is. Our second weapon, we've gone with the named mop, 15% shotgun damage, 10% damage to armor, 10% armor on kill, and we've got preservation on there. Killing an enemy repairs 10% armor over 5 seconds. Headshots improve the repair by additional 10%. So if we finish an enemy off, we're looking at 20% armor. So I just tend to pull that out occasionally. If I just need a quick little boost, just pull it out, finish off an NPC and get that. But as far as our main weapon is going, we're going to be going with the exotic named pistol, the Liberty. And the reason for that is because of the talent, Liberty or Death. Hits grant 2% weapon damage, stacks up to 30 times, so that's 60% weapon damage we can stack that up to. Once we land a headshot, consume all stacks, repairing your shield by 3% a stack, and we have 30 stacks, so potentially 90%, which is an absolute huge repair to our shield. So the amount of times that you think you're about to go down, and then obviously you can land this headshot, providing you've put up your stacks of course, and get most of your armor back. So with regards to the builds, we're going to go with a 4-piece Foundry Bulwark, the tardigrade chest piece. We've gone for a Gilligard bag with Adrenaline Rush as the talent. So we'll start off with the chests, the tardigrade. As you can see, we've got 170,000 armor, 10% explosive resistance. We've elected with armor regen, and as far as the mod's concerned, we've gone for armor on kill. That's all we're looking for in this build. It's just going to be armor, armor regen, armor on kill. If we take a quick look at the talent, we've got the adaptive nano plating. Whether you or any allies' armor breaks, they gain 80% of your armor as bonus armor for 10 seconds. Now, bearing in mind we're speccing heavily into armor, your team are going to be getting a huge buffer from this. Cooldown per ally is only 45 seconds. Killing an enemy with your specialized ammo removes the cooldown for all allies. So if someone had just basically procced this and taken an 80% armor, if we were to pull our special ammo out, guys, and just take an enemy out quickly, that would completely reset that counter. If not, each ally is going to have to wait for 45 seconds. So like I said, on the bag we've gone for the Gilligard, giving us an additional 5% total armor again. As far as the core attribute is, we've got 170k armor. Attributes, we've got hazard protection, armor regen, armor on kill again. As far as the talent's concerned, we've gone with Adrenaline Rush. Whenever you are within 10 meters of an enemy, gain 20% bonus armor for 5 seconds. Stacks up to 3 times. So if you can stack that, that's 60% bonus armor you can get whilst within 10 meters of an enemy. As a tank, that's where we're going to be, directly in front of them, face tanking them. So this is an absolute bonus of a talent. So with regards to the other 4 pieces, like I say, we've gone with the Foundry Bulwark. Why have we done that? Because if we take a quick look, the 2 pieces gives us an additional 10% total armor, and then from the 3 pieces we've got 1% armor regen plus 50% shield health. The 4-piece bonus, makeshift repairs. Whenever you and your shield take damage, 20% of that amount is repaired to both over 15 seconds. This is an absolute fantastic talent, and the Foundry Bulwark is, my opinion, one of the strongest and one of the best shield talents going. So going down to the holster, same again, armor, armor regen. The mask was all armor, armor regen, armor on kill mod. Knee pads, exactly the same, armor, armor regen, and the gloves, armor, armor regen. So with regards to the skills, obviously I'm running the Reviver Hive, because there is nothing worse than me being in the thick of the action, in the middle, right of a map for example, and then I go down. I do not want to be responsible for my team having to try to come and get me. Other than that, as we're using the pistol, we're running with the Bulwark Shield. Why? Because it's the strongest shield in the game. As you can see here, we're running at about 14.8 million health. Active regen is 181,000. We're running a tier 6, as you can see, 6 blues, giving us an additional bonus, 120% active regeneration, 400% shield health, and 40% hosted regeneration. With regards to the mods are concerned, because we've gone with the Firewall Specialization, that allows us to utilize the Firewall mods, which are a lot stronger than the standards. So as you can see, we've gone here with the 8% shield health. We've got 4% damage bonus per enemy, and we've also got an additional 8% active regen, making our shield like really sustainable. The reason I like this setup so much is because there's so much versatility in how I can kind of swap it around. I mean, if it suits. For example, I could always change the holster out and go with the Forge, the named holster, getting the additional 50% shield health. Obviously, we'd have to run the Foundry bag. Other than that, we could change the gloves out, for example. We could be looking at something like the Motherly Love, 10% skill health. That once again would strengthen our shield, I mean, to no end. We could also, as we're running a pistol, we could go to the masks, for example. We could think about running the punch drunk. Obviously getting the additional 20% headshot damage and the 20% pistol damage from the brand set. And then obviously with the tardigrade chests, and then still run the 4 foundry. That's what I mean. The great thing about this is you can kind of pick and choose to suit. But for me, for this one, this is like I said, my sustain tank. I've just loaded fully up in armor, armor regen, armor on kill. We've got the additional bonus armor from Adrenaline Rush. As far as the defensive tank is going, this is an absolutely solid build and one that anyone can really play with. So as far as stats are concerned, our Liberty is landing for 327k a round, which isn't too bad to be fair with a pistol. We're rocking with at least 2 million armor, so we've got a good solid number there. So there you have it, that is our defensive tank build. If that's not your kind of cup of tea and you want to be more of the aggressor, then maybe this second build is the one for you. So as we said earlier, the specialisation for this build is exactly the same, but where things get a little bit different, if we take a look, we'll be starting off with the weapons. So my primary weapon is the MP5. As you can see, total weapon damage 91.2k, running at 800 rounds a minute. Now this is such an accurate weapon, you'll pretty much be landing almost 100% of your shots. It's fantastic. If you look at the car attributes, we've got 15% SMG damage, 21% created chance, 10% damage to targets out of cover. Now unfortunately on here I do have the Ranger talent, amplifies weapon damage by 2% for every 5 meters you're away from the target. Now this is an okay kind of talent, but as this is a tank build, we're going to be right in each other's faces. In a perfect world, I would rather have something like up close and personal, giving me that additional 30% damage after each kill. But this weapon does the job. As far as the secondary weapon is concerned, same as our first build, we've gone with the named mop, shotgun damage, damage to armor, armor on kill, just for finishing off enemies for the quick armor bonus. Pistol, we've still got the Liberty pistol on there. You can run this, obviously if you do find yourself a little bit short of armor or whatever, you can quickly land some body shots, land that headshot quickly and get the bonus armor to give yourself that little bonus. But as far as this build's concerned, as you can see, we have gone for a 4-piece True Patriot, a 1-piece Sokolov and the Memento bag. So starting off, we'll go for the True Patriot. For those of you guys that don't know, the 4-piece, so we're looking at the 2-piece bonus, 30% ammo capacity. Now, as an SMG, close quarters, you're going to be going through ammo quite quickly. This is actually quite a good addition to the build. 3 pieces, another 30% on the magazine size. Once again, with an SMG with a slightly smaller magazine, this increase certainly helps us out. But this is the main reason why we're running it, the 4-piece bonus. Red, white and blue. Every 2 seconds, enemies you shoot receive a stacking debuff of red, white and blue. Red amplifies the enemy's damage taken by 8%, while shooting the enemy repairs the attacking agent's armor by 2% once every second. Blue decreases the enemy's damage dealt by 8%, and then we got the full flag. Enemies that die while under the effect of all 3 debuffs create a 5-meter explosion dealing damage equal to the total health and armor. Now, as we're speccing into an armor build here, that number is going to be high. Explosion damage reduced on named enemy deaths. So basically, we're going to be getting a DPS buff. We're going to be getting a debuff on the NPCs, like the damage that they give to you. We're going to be getting bonus armor, so this is a great all round. So as far as the mask's concerned, we've got core attribute, we've gone with armor. Attributes, we've rolled 12% crit hit damage and a 12% crit hit damage mod. This is going to be quite a high crit chance, crit damage build. We'll go down to the holster, our second piece of True Patriot. As you can see, we've gone for armor and crit hit damage again. True Patriot knees. Again, we've gone for armor and armor regen this time. In a perfect world, you would like armor and crit hit chance or armor crit hit damage, but the armor regen, I'm not going to turn my nose up at it. As far as the gloves are concerned, this is our fourth and final piece of True Patriot. We've got 170,000 armor and another 12% crit hit damage. So with regards to the chest, this is a bit of an interesting one, because originally I had specced into the Pointman chest, the Pointman being the named Gilligard chest piece for the perfect Vanguard talent. Deploying a shield makes it invulnerable for 5 seconds, grants 50% of your armor as bonus armor to all other allies for 20 seconds. Now, when I'm running in a team, this is the thing that I would use, purely the fact that it's giving the extra armor to my teammates, and trying to be the best of a team player as I can. I would go down this route. However, I do find that I end up playing quite a lot solo, so when I do, I tend to go with a bit more of an aggressive stance, and I actually go for the Sokolov chest with Intimidate. Now, the reason I go with Intimidate, while you have bonus armor, amplifies total weapon damage by 35% to all enemies within 10 meters. Now, it may seem like a little bit of a strange talent to be running on a tank build, but the fact is that we have so much bonus armor within this build, and we're constantly generating it, and we're going to be in the phases. It kind of made sense to me just to obviously get that additional damage, and this was a great addition. So on this particular piece, as you can see, got 12.3% weapon damage, 4.6 crit hit chance, 12%. We've re-rolled on the crit hit damage with another 12% crit hit damage mod. With this, we're finally ending it with the exotic memento bag. For you guys that know, it comes with 3 core attributes. You get the 14% weapon damage, we also get the armor buff, and we also get a skill tier. I've rolled it with a 11.8% mod, even more crit hit damage, and it's for the talent kill confirmed. So for each red attribute that we have on our build, we're going to be getting 5% additional weapon damage. For every blue, we're going to be getting an additional 10% armor, and for every yellow, we're going to be getting an additional 5% skill efficiency. So if we go back to our build, as you can see, we've got running with 2 reds, so we're going to be looking at a 10% weapon damage bonus. We're running with 5 blues, sorry. That's going to give us a 50% bonus armor. So as you can imagine, this stacks up so quickly. With regards to the skills, same as before, guys. The Reviver Hive, we don't want to go down in a really dodgy situation and have our guys have to try and come out and try and pick us up. The difference is, though, with regards to the shield, on this one we've actually gone with the Striker shield. And the reason for that is, of course, we get an additional 11% damage bonus for every enemy we have stood in front of us. You can stack that up to 4 enemies, that's an additional 44% damage. In addition, it also boosts all damage done to the NPCs in front of you from all your teammates and allies, so what a fantastic bonus. As you can see, the health on the shield is only 5 million, but the fact that we're getting so much damage, we're counting on the fact that we're going to be getting a lot of armor regen, we're going to be getting a lot of bonus armor, and we're actually going to be shredding through the enemies that quickly that they don't really have a chance to burn through this shield. So if we take a quick look, as you can see on the build, we've gone with 4 blues and 2 reds. Now, because we're running the memento bag, that actually translates to us running 4 blues, plus an additional bonus blue from the memento, so giving us 5 blues, plus we're getting 1 yellow from the skill tier from the memento. So as you can see, we're actually running a 6 tier shield, so we are getting a huge bonus from that. As you can see, 60% active regen, 250 extra shield health, another 40% hosted regen, another 2% buff strength, allowing us to still run 2 reds, obviously build up stacks with the memento bag. We've got the Intimidate on there also, and it really does just chew through the fucking enemies, guys. With regards to mods on the shield, we've done the exact same. We've gone for the 8% shield health, the 8% active regen, and the 4% damage bonus that you get with the firewall specialization. So that's going to do it for the build, guys. Towards the end of the video, we're going to leave you with some footage of both builds. Take a look, maybe go and give them a build, give them a try. Go out there, have a bit of fun with them, experience with the tank build, and see what you think. So, as always, a big thank you to everyone that made it to the end of the video. I really do appreciate it. If you've enjoyed it or found it helpful, maybe think about dropping out a like. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. If you've got any questions about the build today or anything you want to request for like builds for in the future, drop it down in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed already, guys, maybe think about hitting that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for any future videos. So until then, guys, I'm going to leave you with the footage. Until then, stay safe, keep grinding.